Welcome to an overview of a data dataset using the recommender system. My assigned item is pastry, and kind of going with that data set, it includes information on items like pastries, coffee, and bread, and the different times and days of the week you buy them on top of the sales. And so once again, because my assigned item is pastry, most of the graphs going forward will focus on pastry. So here we have a bar chart showcasing the number of items bought, with coffee being the most popular product at the top. Pastries are also highly popular and important to this bakery's data set and sales, as you can see. This bar chart displays the number of pastries sold each hour. And as you can see, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., you experience a significant peak in pastry sales, which is an ideal time to target the breakfast crowd. Now this bar chart shows the busiest times during the week as well as the day of the week. So once again, you can see between the hours of 9 and 11 each day, you're going to hit a significant peak in pastry sales. And unsurprisingly, you're going to hit your highest number of sales on Saturday and Sunday. Now let's dive into data-driven rules generated by our recommender system to determine the best customers and time to target. So here's a scatter plot that shows rules where pastries are the antecedent, meaning they're already in the customer's cart. Rule 511, for example, highlights that if a customer buys a pastry and a cup of tea, they're highly likely to purchase an alfajores as well. Now this scatter plot focuses on rules where pastries are the consequence, meaning they are added after another product. So for instance, Rule 85 shows that if a customer buys bread, they often add a pastry, indicating an opportunity to suggest pastries to bread buyers. Now this final scatter plot visualizes the top association rules based on support, confidence, and lift. So for instance, Rule 380 shows a high likelihood that customers who purchase a pastry also buy a media luna. Similarly, Rule 232 indicates that if a customer buys a pastry, they're likely to buy a coffee too. And because of how high the confidence, support, and most importantly, lift are, this is going to be the rule that I focus on in terms of a promotion. So this is just a brief graph to show coffee sales versus pastry sales. As you can see, coffee is 3 times more likely to be bought than pastries, at least just visually. But you can also see they're hitting their peak right about in the morning as well. So with that, we can lean heavily on Rule 232 to suggest that customers are highly likely to buy coffee if they already have a pastry. And so to capitalize on this, you can place a poster such as this near pastry counter advertising a special, such as add a coffee for just $1 more when you buy a pastry. With targeted marketing in the busiest hours of 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., especially on weekends, you can increase the average transaction value by bundling coffee with pastries and hopefully get this pastry number up. Thank you so much for listening to my analysis and your attention.